Thanks, Ed. Away we go. Friday night football opening bounce. McKernan goes high and taps it down. Koutoufidis had it, lost it. Buckley goes after it. Koutoufidis did well. Feeds it away for Bowler. Kicks inside the 50. How will it bounce? Pretty well. Well, how about that? The bowler up the ground. Kicks a long-range goal.
Plenty of space too in that goal square. It's the Pagans paddock, almost to a tee on that occasion. 17 seconds it took to kick that goal, and well, Brendan Favola didn't have his kicking boots on last week. Kicked 2 goals, 5. The clearance from Koutoufidis was great, but you can see all the space there behind Lance Whitnell and kicking to that Ponsford into the ground. Dermot, I think that's going to be the best way to attack it.
Yeah, look, there's a bit of an easterly blowing here today.
Loney to Wakeland. Wakeland inside to Cloak for his first touch of the night. Jason Cloak has the runner up forward. It's O'Brien who's been busy. Off to Loney. Good shepherd from O'Brien. Gives Loney about 10 metres to run. Now he kicks inside 50. Up towards Tarrant, who's shepherded beautifully. Open goal for Didak if he can gather. He handballs over the top to Williams. Grab without the ball. Was he? Doesn't matter. He kicks the goal.
Well done. Great presence of mind from Andrew Williams. Knew that the tackle was coming from Andrew McKay and just tapped it, didn't take the possession. The worry here, though, is the fact that Alan Didak was able to flip Andrew McKay inside out and get at least 10 metres on him. He created it. There's plenty of space. Good hands. Just here. Nice little touch to himself. Kept it in his little area. Was able to get boot the ball. So just a real clever goal, that one.
Collingwood trying to open up the forward line. Malloy goes out wide to Johnson, the left footer. Looks up. Lead from Tarrant. He decided to go short to O'Brien. Tarrant kept leading, and got it. Was rewarded for his lead. Chris Tarrant, who's cooked during the week. He's got the Midnight Express haircut. The kick was a beauty. Straight down the throat of Anthony
behind them. He's sort of looking at your direct opponent who somebody else is minding, and you don't quite get to the bloke that you're having to take care of.
Rocker comes in, the ball bends back, he's put it right through the middle. Good goal to Anthony Rocker, good set up by the Magpies, and Collingwood hits the front.
And Collingwood have had a lot of the footy in this first part without really hurting him on the scoreboard.
McKee, Malloy, Buckley gets away. Whistle heard on the scoreboard. Yes, got that.
Well, Anthony Koutoufidis is one of the most powerful men in league footy. He may be out of running fitness, maybe out of match fitness compared to what he used to be, but he won't have lost much power up top. And watch the way Buckley fends him with the right arm. Just pushes him away there.
And a lesson there for young Wiggins, who started, he just gave Buckley a free run forward. He needed to get defensive side of him or face him and watch him coming at him, but he just left him open there.
Left, right and centre. Malloy's one of them. At forward 60. Good pressure from Beaumont. Malloy should have held the mark. Beaumont on the right boot. Kick was a beauty. Straight down the throat of Houlihan, and Carlton have got the turnover going beautifully now. McKernan at centre half forward. Looks up. Whitnell finds some space.
Go to Whitnell short.
He goes long instead to the square. Getting back. Hickmont. Beautiful mark against Lockham.
To win it though. And McKernan just wasn't awake up to the fact that Whitnell had double lead on his opponent.
No worries with the win there as Hickmont kicks his first, Carlton's second, and we're back to a goal of difference.
From quarter time.
So the Magpies by a goal. Forward 50, McKernan. So the prior opportunity was there. Might have got one in the back. The kick forward. It's a great free kick to Hickmont. So Hickmont gets his second shot at goal in a matter of 2 minutes. The scores will be level if he can put it through.
Get it into that.
That's 50, can't grab him around the throat. Come 50.
You heard the umpire there, so Favola sucks in James Clement. And what would have been a goal, you'd think, is now a certain goal. As Hickmont will kick this into the rail yards and scores a level at the MCG.
There you go.
Leon Davis will be a show here against Hume with pace on the lead. If they leave it open, it's going to go long.
Tarrant from 55 gives it a ride. They'll compete about 5 metres out. McKernan knocked it down. Hume got it mid-air. What a wonderful goal.
Now he's going to get to Hume. He's going to let him know all about it. I tell you what, if they get it on the open field and they're allowed to run, I know who I'll back. But if they get in a corner, I know which one I'll seriously back.
Play on these hands.
Rocker got it out to O'Brien, up towards the Collingwood forward line. That's the open field there.
From Davis, and if he does slot it, he just needs to go over the young Hume and smile, a big cheesy pearly grin.
He's done the hard work, now he's just got to put it through. From 50 metres out directly in front, Leon Davis right on 50, keeps it low into the breeze and drills it. Collingwood by 12 points. Screen off Woden, got him in the back, umpire said play on. So Carlton now have got the ball. It's in a half-back. Bowman on the left foot was a beauty at the Lappin on centre wing. He was the go-to man. He goes straight down the middle of the MCG. Favolas turn them all inside out and will line up for
Up in
goal.
the breeze, the forward always has the advantage in that situation.
To make the margin 7 points as we close in on quarter time. Brendan Favola has kicked 1 goal tonight. Hickmon has kicked 2 for the Blues. Favola comes in, he kicked 12 here on New Year's Eve 2000. He's got 2 tonight.
Houlihan got a hand pass away. Ratton, Kurtafidis. Now Lappin inside the centre square. Kicks it very high towards half forward. Whitnell surrounded by Magpies. The umpire giving some advice off the ball. Houlihan taken high surely. And he's going to get the free kick right on the 50.
He's a little unlucky. He was on his way to ground.
But he stands the mark, runs to 45 and kicks a goal.
Well, I'm not sure who the voice
The
was.
goal, and it's only 3 points of difference, and Curtis getting amongst it all of a sudden. Kurtafidis, whether by kicking the ball or encouraging his teammates, does it very well. Mark taken by McCormick. McCormick inside 50. Whitnell was the man he was looking for. Over the top, Favola takes the mark, and 70 in his career to put Carlton back in front early in this second term. Beautiful reverse angle shot as Favola comes in and puts it right through the middle, and the Blues hit the front. Goal number 3 to Brendan Favola.
Seen both of them are getting tackled around the ball and smothered. Their kicks are getting smothered, so a little bit slower hand to foot this year.
Buckley forced a passage. Loney, Woden thought about the hand pass, goes from 60 long towards full forward. Tarrant bounced off his chest, and the defender will be penalised.
Up on the football before you can contest it.
You've heard the explanation.
You run straight back in and make contact. You must have your eyes up on the football.
Thornton.
I don't want to harp on the fact, but once again, it's a defender turning his back on the footy. And I think he's unlucky. You can't do that. That is what you can't do.
Yeah, that's the rules.
Yep.
That's the rules.
Once you take your eyes off the ball, Derm.
Tarrant gets a goal. Magpies lead.
Going in, Beaumont cleaned up Favola there. Handball over the top from Clement was good. It comes out to Williams. Collingwood on the run now. Williams decides to go long up towards centre half forward. Out comes Rocker. Takes the mark. 55 out. Has got Tarrant on. He goes short looking for Chris Tarrant from behind. Couldn't quite hold the mark. Fall of the ball, Lappin. Good play. Got it out to Camporelli. Ran into trouble. Leon Davis. Goal number 3. As easy as you like.
And there's on. And it's on. Just pointing out to Darren Hume that that's 3 that Leon's kicked on him.
Yeah.
It's a point well made, I reckon, at this stage of the game.
Hume, he saw it down there and decided he was going to just let a few of them know about it.
Just forward line pressure, Dermot. Forward line pressure from O'Brien was the one who confronted him in the end.
It was pretty poor effort day by Camberwell.
Yeah, well, I think he was shocked and surprised at the end. And there's Darren Hume, who he's having a fair crack. He's probably lucky he didn't give away another free kick.
He was waiting for Hume, wasn't he?
You have to kill him to stop him, I know that.
McKee grabs it on the way down, kicks it towards centre half forward. Prendergast, which set off his body. Well done by the umpire, stepped over it with a dance. O'Brien kicks inside the 50. Oh, Davis up very high, couldn't hang on. Prendergast to Hume. You heard the umpire, advantage paid, kick around the outer side. Barnaby French. Good grab, wants to go and he does. Camporelli on the burst.
Camporelli now tries to drill the pass and it comes off Kurtafidis. Handball's off to Ratton. Good play. And Carlton combined. The big names of Carlton combined and ended up with a bloke with his second game of football. So Wade comes in for his first goal in senior footy. It wobbles off the boot, but it's good enough for 4 marks. And well done to Jared Wade, his first goal in the AFL.
Towards the wing. Awkward one there for Tarrant. Thornton leads back close to the boundary line. Malloy arrived quickly but missed him. Lappin doing pretty well back there. Kicks it towards the wing. Favola gathers. Slips the hand pass away. Murphy accelerates. Arches the back 75 metres out. Sends it long down towards full forward. Behind a chance for Hickmott. Sanders gets the goal. His third.
Jason Cloak hobbles to the bench. Doc Larkins will update us shortly, but just good movement of the footy. They've got a couple of matchups that they'd like at the moment, Carlton. They've got Kudafidis on loan. He's deep in attack. They like that. I reckon they like the fact that Mark McGough's playing full back on Adrian Hickmott, and he's just lined up his third goal, and that is a big win to have McGough stuck in the back line. That's not a good look, but that is a big win. And some blokes that it doesn't come naturally to, and that's not to say they're soft. Kudafidis here, another big hit. I think it's a great sign.
Well done, McKee. Clean possession. O'Brien hurriedly towards half forward. Rocker did well. Slips it away. Lockyer 75 metres out. Spears a pass. And Tarrant's taking the mark 40 metres out. Storming Goldwood is Williams. Can he get the ball to him? It's taking a while. Williams juggles the mark. Plays on. Kicks a goal. It got there eventually. His second.
The inside 50s at this stage of the game. Carlton 25 and Collingwood 17, but so often the case. Ball spends a lot of time at one end of the ground, turnover quick, and Andrew Williams, he has proven to be a very hard runner and picks the right time to go forward. He just snuck down that outer wing and was able to get behind his defender, and he's going to be a good pickup, Williams.
Grand final have been brilliant in all their third quarters this year, so this is where Carlton have got to stand up. They're a big show if they can break even this quarter.
Brilliant crumbing by Houlihan, 60 metres out, goes looking for a lead. Hickmott, what a his chest, what a kick.
From a forward's point of view.
Adrian Hickmott, 35 metres out, important kick this one, and he splits the middle. He's got 4.
To the pocket. Tarrant leads to the front of the goals.
Defending him better now, the Carlton backs. Tarrant, they're taking out his leading space.
So Malloy holds it up. Doesn't want to just give a blind kick forward. Now gets the hurry on. He decides to go long to the square. Kicks it to the hot spot, but McKay's got this wrapped up. No, Williams comes from nowhere and takes up Yeti.
I'll tell you what, they've got McCormick onto Williams now because he did so much damage. He's just an old-fashioned. I think he's playing wing, but yes, pushing down into the forward line and having a jump. And he's a good player, this bloke.
8th mark, had 10 last week, has kicked 2 goals tonight. Andrew Williams, a big kick coming up for Collingwood. 63 plays 53. This to make the difference 4 points.
Well, you notice at the other end too, Gary, he's also the kick-in target.
Yeah.
So he's not only pushing forward, he's working both ends as a winger. He's working really hard.
45 career goals. Andrew Williams comes in. Kick is on its way. It's goal. Has kicked the goal. The Magpies badly needed.
The skipper hugs the boundary line with the kick. One out contest. Oh, good night, Tarrant. Strong in the hands.
Been good tonight.
Well to play on again. Looks towards half forward. Kicks for space. Walker's coming back. Look out. Gutsy mark.
Yeah, they're coming from everywhere. Little Leon Davis had a head of steam up. This is Chris Tarrant way out on the wing. His work rate's been great. He has not just stayed in the goal square. He's pushed up and put the ball inside 50 on a number of occasions tonight. But look at this. You've got Wiggins coming one way. You've got Davis another. And Anthony Rocker with the flight. Biggest body there, but takes some courage.
Anthony Rocker, when he goes back, he beeps. 64-60. This for the lead.
Once again, the ball went the length of the ground, Dennis, from a kick in without Carlton touching the ball. Shot on goal.
Very important kick, this one. Deserves a goal. He didn't know what was coming, and that's how it ends.
One possession for every kilometre he's run. throughout the whole evening. He's getting one possession for every K.
Good tap from Rocker, came down to O'Brien, who's been busy. Kicks to the forward 50. Malloy sets himself and takes a beauty.
Until half-time, Collingwood were getting a goal just about every 2 occasions they went inside 50.
That's better up the boot from Jared Malloy. Splits the middle. Big goal for Collingwood.
I don't think they've been consistent on that tonight.
Not at all.
Paid it all night.
If they were looking for a training film for umpires, Buckley on the wing was the one. He got away with it. The kick comes in towards midfield. Rocker stepped between 2 blues and juggled the mark.
And Rocker's got 2 players on in the square. One of them is Malloy, who ran straight down. He's got it into the open goal. Big goal coming up to Malloy. His second in a matter of a minute.
Yep, poor scores, guys.
Yeah, they just caught offside, Carlton. They came inside, and as soon as that ball was turned over, all the backmen were offside. Trying to be hypercritical. If you wanted to be hypercritical on this one, a decision here by the Carlton defender. He drags Chris Tarrant to the ground. Just watch this. Tarrant early in shot to the right of screen. Just there, he really had to make Malloy go back and kick over the mark, given the conditions that we're playing under at the moment.
17 points. Big kick from James Clement was a beauty. That one went, what, 70 metres, boys, conservatively?
Yep.
Onto the chest of Johnson, who plays on the left boot.
High ball down towards half forward. Davis!
Oh, Didak's off.
Big spring for a little man. He's about 65 metres out.
Got Rocker in the square with Justin Murphy on the changeover. Whitnell had to cover Murphy's man, so top of the square is a good bet.
Exhilarating stuff. Didn't get a ride from anybody either. Tarrant on the lead. Suddenly he's found the appetite.
For a return of only 1 goal, when he's probably had 6 shots at him.
No gimmies down at this end, of course. He kicks from 40. It's close, it's good. Gets his second. Very important goal.
Chance for Buckley. Flicks the handball out. He looks pretty tired now, Buckley, as the ball spills out wide, and it's Spawn for Carlton.
With some time. Kicks it very high towards half forward. Loney knocked it away. Camporelli roving the pack. Kicks inside the 50. Awkward half volley for Bowler. He tracks it out towards the 50. Right on the line now. Pulls it back across the body. Will it run on? It trickles across the line. He's got 4.
That is one of the things about Brendan Favola, isn't it? I mean, we've sung his praises tonight. He's been fantastic. He's likely to go missing for the next 3 weeks, but you just see a kid with this type of talent, this body shape, and this ability, and you have to ask yourself, why doesn't it happen week in, week out?
And you talk about reward, for Tarrant. That is reward for Vola as well. He has worked super hard forward and back and defensively. That's the thing I've been impressed with. He's just a sniff of hope still.
Certainly is. We'll go to the dock in a moment. He's got some injury news on Brett Ratton as Buckley gets the ball out of the centre for the Magpies, up towards the forward 50. Out comes Tarrant, traps it beautifully, swings onto the left boot, gives it off to Alan Didak. Left foot shot at the goal, puts it through. First for the night to Alan Didak.
I know that Tarrant has just given himself respectability on the scoreboard by kicking his second goal. He's missed 4 or 5 other shots. Well done by McKee, just took away French's jump there. He's mixing it up. But Tarrant is the game breaker. He might not be the complete best on ground, but he's the game breaker. His pace on every occasion running onto the ball in the forward line has just broken it open in Collingwood's forward 50.
We saw was the bloke 5 rows back.
There's some confidence shown by the 2 youngsters, Loken and Locken, and also Loney.
In the end, no one there to kick it to. Lance's kick was not textbook, but it was good enough to get it to Ratton. Now over to McKay. The old firm combining. McKay kicks it long. Perfect pagan paddock type of thing here, and Hickman takes the mark.
No rebound out of him, and he was beaten at centre-back, but Lance has just had a break even in the body-on-body, but knows what to do with it coming forward.
Tight angle here. Close in range. Kick the goal. That's his 5th for the night, Adrian Hickmont.
Another ball up. 20 metres from Collingwood's attacking goal. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining in this one on Friday Night Football. So much to play for. Malloy cleverly. Didak snaps. Wonderful Jared Malloy. Didak gets his second.
non-dominant side, just measured it. But Malloy, as Dennis called, was just fantastic. He actually saw it unfold here. And a little palm out in front of him, measures.
Sign of a pretty good player, Alan, and he likes that, Alan. He's pretty happy with that kick. The sign of a pretty good player can have a quiet night, be well beaten, and bob up with 2 goals in the last quarter.
2 seconds remaining in this quarter. And the game. French got the tap. It was O'Brien who's had a really good night tonight. He got it forward. Beaumont's kick came off. The mark taken there by the young player in Fisher. First game for the Blues. Exciting future for him. Favola took the mark because Clement went to ground. I think he kicked 2 in the first quarter, 1 in the second, and 1 in this final turn, Brendan Favola. To bring the margin back to 17 points, the Blues still a big chance. Favola comes in, and he's kicked goal number 5. Great effort. Good effort.
Each other all night. Diving in there is Hickmott. He was pushed in the back. A man with 5 goals, 1 of 2 for the Blues. Still trying to rally his team from inside the centre square. They need a mark. He goes long. Johnson committed from behind. Young Fisher got it from Kurtafidis. He's kicked the goal. They're still alive.
They are still alive. It's 11 points, 5.5 minutes still to be played, Doom, and they just keep coming.
The one who's the worry now, when it gets to this stage, Gary, it's all about centre bounce clearances. Stevie McKee's basically rucked all night up against Barnaby French, who came on halfway through the second quarter. Now, French is jumping all over him. They're really trying to choke the ball in there, Collingwood, rather than get pure or clearance takeaways. And we've got Pagans Paddock in Carlton's forward line. We've got the true Pagans Paddock with Carlton at their end of the ground. I haven't seen it.
Terence kicked us a little bit strong there for the running Rupert Batheris. Buckley's had 30 disposals, 6 marks, 10 clearances. Did the ruck work a minute ago. Here's Tarrant again, knocks it out. Tarrant again, got one high, got the free kick.
Well, I think that was probably as pleasing as anything for Mick Malthouse and Collingwood supporters, is that Chris Tarrant hasn't only won the footy on the lead and the mark and running into space. His second efforts have been great tonight. And well, yeah, the free kick's there, Franchini into his back, but his whole attitude to me has appeared to be spot on from the bounce of the ball tonight.
He's had 22 possessions. This will be his 22nd. 11 marks, 8 inside 50. Kicked 2 goals for Chris Tarrant. It's been a fantastic night for him. This to put the icing on the cake with 1:11 left on the clock. Collingwood by 10 points. And just inside 50. Kick is on its way. Kick is on its way. And Chris Tarrant celebrates a night out at the MCG with his 3rd goal. Buzzer home.
Yes, it was probably been a long time coming there to whack on that gold jacket. There would have been some very anxious moments in the past couple of minutes because Collingwood seemed to have the game well in hand, and then from great clearances out of the middle, Carlton got themselves back into a position. I'll tell you, when Waite ran across the boundary line, he was away then. That was a big play. The ball's come back up the other end, and Chris Tarrant has kicked a pressure goal and topped off a very good night for the Magpie forward.
Equals his best effort against Carlton. He got 3 in round 18 last season. 5 times he's kicked a single goal in the game against the Blues, dragged down. And this really is a grey area of the game. I think the clock should stop on the whistle and restart when the ball hits the deck. That seems simple.
Yes, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Far too grey. The clock ran out while we were waiting for that bounce. It's all over. Collingwood have won a strong victory, but certainly they had to work tonight. And some respect was sought for Carlton, who copped a kicking in the media during the week, but they've responded like a solid side. Not a good side, a solid side tonight, and they go under 107 to 91.
Well, I'll put my Collingwood hat on here, Dennis, and any win against Carlton is a big win, regardless of where you play them. And tonight, Carlton has shown why they have been one of the great clubs in AFL football for over 105 years. They were fantastic tonight. They fought well, but one of the men of the match tonight was Chris Tarrant. He's with Tony Jones.
Yes, thanks very much, Eddie. Well, Chris, 3 goals, 11 marks. A fair Friday night's work, huh?
Yeah, it's been a good game over the last couple of weeks, so it's good for myself and the team personally to get off to a good start of the season. It's been good.
Yeah, and the forward line in general tonight, it just all clicked, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I think last week myself and Rocker and we're a bit down, and tonight we've played not too bad, so it's good.
You had a bit of a rough week, did you, Big Crook?
Yeah, I was all right. Just missed that training session, but it's good.
It was a fair contest from the word go too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. We knew they'd give a tough game. They were a little bit down last week. They come out and they played really well today, and they'll go well for the rest of the season, I think.
All right, good on you, Chris.
That's fine.
Good on you, Tony, with Chris Tarrant, who had a fantastic night tonight, finishing with 3 goals for, but getting plenty of it. The Magpie skipper also had plenty of the football tonight. 30 disposals, 6 marks, 10 clearances, 4 inside 50s and a goal. Probably could have kicked a couple in the end, Nathan Buckley. He won't mark that down as one of his greatest, but I tell you what, most people would say it wasn't a bad afternoon's work, evening's work.
Fans would like to have a slightly off-colour night and pick up 30.